Hey guys, Triple B here. Shrouded Fable just came out technically like yesterday. Well, as long as I get this edited up in time, it's Saturday for me, so yeah, it just came out. But yeah, trying out a lot of the new decks, and the first one I did want to give a go is the new Kingdra EX. Big fan of Pokemon from the Johto region, as you can probably tell from the logo here. So yeah, I did want to give it a go, and it's a really interesting card. It has 2 attacks. The first one, King's Order. For just 1 water energy, you get to put up to 3 water Pokemon from your discard pile right onto your bench. So sort of like Lugia V-Star. Obviously Lugia though, having it as an ability, so it's able to get things from your discard pile, put them onto the bench, and then still use another attack. Kingdra is using the attack to end its turn, but establishing the bench. So you can be establishing other Kingdra EX or ways to get energy onto it. Since the attack Hydro Pump, it does a multiplier of 50, starting, not multiplier actually technically, it starts with a base of 50 and then an additional 50 for each water energy attached to it. So sort of like a multiplier plus 1. If you have, let's say, 6 energy on here, you're doing 350, you're knocking out most things in the format. Water Pokemon, we've got a lot of ways to accelerate the energy out, so I'm going to be showing you 2 different builds we can be going with, but the first one that is on screen right now is based with Baxcalibur. So Baxcalibur's super cold ability lets you put as many water energy from your hand onto your Pokemon in play as you'd like. You've probably seen this with Chin-Pao for the last year and a half. The deck's solid, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but you can still kind of slot this into other decks. So combining this with Kingdra, you can do some pretty scary numbers, and Kingdra can cheat these out from the discard pile. So ideally, you're going to go Horsey, Rare Candy into Kingdra, using like Arita, just grab the Rare Candy, get the Kingdra out, attach a water energy for turn, and then just find ways to get ideally 2 Baxcalibur and at least 1 Kingdra EX into the discard so that you can have 2 of them in play, 2 Baxcalibur. Your opponent's not able to just like gust kill a Baxcalibur and bump you out for the rest of the game. You have your engine established. Obviously, having multiple Horsey, it does mean we can set up extra ones and be rare candying them up throughout the game. So the main thing is just getting those Baxcalibur from the discard pile. To get them in the bin though, we've got obviously Ultra Ball to get into those pieces. We have Arita to get them into hand and can grab like an Earthen Vessel, or Ultra Ball to discard them, get them in there, and then Kingdra brings them back. Lots of ways to recur energy as well. So if you're discarding things, that's fine. We've got Superior Energy Retrieval, we've got Energy Retrieval. If your Kingdras get knocked out, we're just grabbing that energy immediately back, using Baxcalibur, putting it onto a fresh one, and you're just going to constantly be applying pressure. Kingdra, though, does have 310 HP, so it's fairly bulky in the format, but a lot of things can get up to that number. So for the A spec, we've decided to run Heroescape. It gives you an extra 100 HP, putting you up to 410 and making it difficult for opponents to one-shot into you. Something like Charizard EX, they're never going to be able to one-shot you. They have to reserve things like Lost Vacuum to remove it, or maybe have a jamming tower, but Lost Vacuum seems to be the more popular option to go for. The rest of the deck, it's pretty standard stuff. Boss's Orders, Iono, Research. We did slot in a Professor's Turo scenario, so if Kingdra eats hits, like you've got that Heroescape, you're tanking a hit, just pick it up, put it back into your hand, put a fresh one into the active, and just keep going. For the secondary build that I did go for with this though, oh, actually one more thing before we bounce to the next list. There is the other Kingdra that has Seething Current. It's effectively just a way to get some draw power into the deck. So once during your turn, you can make either player shuffle their hand onto the bottom of their deck and then draw 4 cards. So sort of like Marty from the Sword and Shield era, but it's only affecting 1 person. So if you have 1 card left in your hand, you can just go, give me a fresh 4. Something to keep in mind, you do have to shuffle cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck to use this ability. I found that out the hard way. Went down to 0 card hand, went to use the ability, and it shuffled my opponent's hand instead. They were on, I think, 1 or 2 cards, and then it was just like, here's a new hand for them, nothing for you. Great. So yeah, don't make that mistake. The second build, though, is going for the Swim Freely variant. So we've got Seadra that has Swim Freely, does 10 damage. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, you prevent all damage and effects of attacks done to this. Not bad. Does mean we need to manually evolve up though, so we're going to go from Horsey to Seadra, Seadra to Kingdra. We have Evolution TM to do that, so it's fine. There isn't any rare candies in this build since we are very reliant on that Swim Freely attack. We've got the ability on Finneon. Hero
that the world gets.
Oh, all right. Well, someone joined the Goomba gang over on Twitch. Something to keep in mind. If you guys do that, you get your own little Goomba that'll pop up on screen. Usually best to do it when I'm live because you see what one you got, but yeah, welcome Noah MP3 to the Goomba gang. But yeah, so you've got Finneon with Oceanic Accompaniment. As often as you like during your turn, you can attach a water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon that has Swim Freely. So Seadra has Swim Freely, we're going to rush energy to it and then manually evolve up into the Kingdra. With a bunch of energy on it, you're ready to go. The other thing we can be doing is Relicanth. Well, it makes it so that each of your Pokemon can use its previous evolution's attacks. So all of a sudden, Kingdra EX technically has Swim freely. We can use Finneon to rush energy out onto Kingdra EX. It also gives it access to Hydro Jet on Seadra, which lets you just do 20 damage for each water energy attached to it to snipe something or hit it in the active. So it's a good way that if you see your opponent setting up something on the back, like maybe they only have one Charmander in play, it's like, well, I'm going to deal with that before it becomes a threat. You do have a sniping option in the deck as well, which is very helpful since we don't have high counts of Gust. There's only one copy of Boss's Orders in here and didn't find any space for Counter Catcher. This one though, for the draw engine, I did include a 2-2 Bibarel line just to make sure that you're getting into the water energies to be rushing them out with Finneon and getting your board established. Also, since you do have the technical machine evolution, or TM evolution, just being able to go for the Arven combo of get Buddy Buddy Poffin, get TM evolution, start evolving things up. You can go for Seadras or you can be going for Bibarels, which is a great way to go. Ideally though, you're going for the Seadras, right? You want to get them out. You want Finneon to rush energy, and since you use TM Evo to get into this, on your next turn, you're going to be able to manually evolve into Kingdra and just start beating things up, so it's really solid. For energy recursion though, similar things. We're seeing superior energy retrieval, Earthen Vessel to help you get into pieces, Super Rod to get pieces back into the deck. Obviously your Finneons, if they're getting knocked out, you want them back. We do also only have a 3-3-3 line of the Kingdra evolution, so if they're getting knocked out, you want to make sure you have access to them again. Going for the same A spec here though, opting for the Hero's Cape, 410 HP on a Pokemon that has effectively uncapped damage is pretty solid. Yeah, definitely a good one to have in there. And something else to keep in mind is the Arita counts are lowered. So I went with just 2 in this build since we don't have rare candy. You're more often than not wanting to go for the Arven play, but having Arita just to be able to get into your Kingdra, maybe get into an Earthen Vessel in a pinch can be really, really useful. Which of these builds are you more interested in though? Do you think Baxcalibur has more of a chance, or do you kind of like this Swim Freely variant? I did test them out. I did test both them out live on stream, so we'll show gameplay of both decks, but I'm kind of leaning towards one over the other, and I'll cover that at the end of the video, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, make sure to subscribe to keep up with the content, but now let's hop into the games and see how we go with these. I just did a bit of an assumption, and you know what happens when you make assumptions. Yeah, sometimes you're wrong. Yeah, that's where that was. Go out looking a bit flat. Here, 3D. Okay, all right. That's better. All right, now we're cooking. We're cooking. Brought to you by our sponsor, Big Ass Glasses. You're familiar with assumptions. Yeah. You know, it's like what happens when you assume. Sometimes you're also wrong. Yeah. I got jokes. Are they any good? God, no, but I still got them. All right, what Tusk are we seeing? So that's the one that's like mills us, yeah? Roaring Moon. It's already at 200 HP. They have how many in the discard already? 1, 2 ancient cards. This is doing base of 90, which means I need to get a second Horsey on the board or it's going to be a very fast game. We have a Kingdra EX and a Baxcalibur in hand, so we're going to sack those with Ultra Ball, get a second Horsey. We're fine. Theoretically, they could attack with Greninja. I know some lists do have it that's built in as an attacker. Yeah, bounce these. Second Horsey. I have Arita, so it's, do we hold it to go for the rare candy Kingdra play and just pass here? Or do I get greedy and go for Iono? They've got a 7-card hand right now, but they also didn't get any dark energy out last turn while they have 2 in hand, or 2 in discard, and didn't play a supporter. So I'm a bit hesitant about playing the Iono. I think I just attach, tap, pass. Because actually, yeah, we'll use this. Might be silly. We'll see. We'll see. Tap it. Just because if we do get to keep this hand, that means I have the rare candy Kingdra and then can Iono them after and get into a new hand off of it, which is pretty sick. While reading the cards makes you think you're like a lawyer. Fair. Reading the card explains the card? No, That can't be true. No. Tracer, you're real versed in bird law? Okay. You watch a lot of Harvey Birdman, or? What's your stance on maritime law? Real way to win tourneys is to insult your opponent's intelligence? No, well, play nice, man. Play nice. At least kick him in the shin so nobody can actually see it happening. Take to the sea. Did he just melt 2 candies? Well, it's a good thing I did use that burrito. When we get this out, I'm hesitant about attaching extra energies on here because he might get knocked out. But at the same time, where do I put it? Not. Because what's he doing right now? 3, 5, 120. I don't think this is in range of being knocked out. They've benched out, so they don't have space for a Roaring Moon EX to come out and delete us. So yeah, let's just attach there. And again, do I want to Iono here? They're on an 8-card hand. Puts them to a 6-card hand. We still haven't seen Dark Patches be played though, so this feels a bit risky. Really wish I Pokestopped that away. I'm getting 1 Bax and a Kingdra out only. Come on, hit another Bax. Nope. I could just go for the pump, hey? No, let's do it. Let's do it. Do this while we have it. If we can get the backs to get energy out, great. If not, the Kingdra's literally 1 energy away from being able to one-shot anything they have in play. Because just trying to rare candy this one up is going to be a little bit tricky with 3 of them already being in the discard pile. If the last one's prized, we're in a tough spot. Like, we do have a Rita, so I could go with Rita for rare candy if it's still in there. Kingdra, and just have these ready to attack, like just manually charging them up. We should be able to kind of deal with them. Butter, how you feel at Magic pre-releases catching your opponents on rules? I love Magic pre-releases, at least the ones here. I went to a Bloomborough one last weekend, and like, it's so fun. It's such a wholesome community. Because I forget the name of the card, but it was like 1 mana, you could sacrifice it and destroy an artifact, and my opponent had that new Igra card, I think it is, where it's like every creature is our food artifact. And then so they had that, and they had like the big bird one that came out too. Like they somehow had 2 of these like cracked cards. So it was like it had, I think, flying and trample, and then they had the Igra, and I was like, okay. Just sitting there waiting for that. They swing at me. I block them with the thing that can sack itself and ditch an artifact, and then I just proc the thing to sack the artifact. So I like put it in the way of the Igra, and then proc it, destroy the other thing, and I'm like, okay, so both these are blocked and one of them's dead now. And they're like, technically, yeah, it's an artifact now, so you can do that. It's like, yeah, rules. Dedenne. Are they actually just going for mill plays here? Okay. Like, I guess I get to charge up with backs. Beautiful. So this can take anything out. This should be able to take anything out in a moment. And then obviously just a bit hesitant about thinning more out of my deck than we already have. We can hold this, hold this. I think we do use this though. Grab that, grab this, just to have some draw power. Or just get another Kingdra. Maybe it is just get another Kingdra. Let's just get another Kingdra. Like attacking Kingdra. That was also technically a Kingdra. You know what I mean. You guys know. I know you know. I might not always know, but you guys know. Qualit, you wish you had the courage to team build like you used to. You used to play Blissey V in Charizard EX. Legit scared someone when you showed up with the 300 HP basic. I miss Blissey V. For some reason I had it in my head Blissey came out in Silver Tempest, but I think it was that there was a trainer gallery of it and it released earlier than that. Because when it rotated, like I went to hop on ladder thinking like, oh yeah, like Blissey's still good, and it was just like, nope, it's rotated. Ah. I got shambazzled, bamboozled, shenanigans. All right, so they are going pretty aggressive, still drawing through their deck, trying to find those dark patches. Counter catcher, going for my Baxcalibur. Like, that's fine. They're making it so they have to take 7 prizes here. And I don't really need the Baxcalibur anymore. I have 2 Kingdras charged up that can knock out any of you guys. The only thing that would be a bit of a threat is if they got the Roaring Moon EX back. Or if they have another one in the list. Yeah, let's check this in the active. We're already doing 200 because it starts at a base of 50. And then I just need to get him ready to go. Any energy in the bin? No. Do I Arita here? Probably also no. Oh, maybe not, no. Yeah, I don't have ways of finding energy. And no more rare candy. Let's just grab that. Yeah, I think we just sit and just tap, tap, tap. That's the card I wanted to find. I think we're kind of just in a checkmate position here. Not sure. How much are they swinging for now? 1. So effectively 8. Hey. I was counting your cards, man. So 4, 7, 8, 9. Pokemon 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're doing 210. Yeah, they're not going to be one-shotting our Kingdras. We should be fine. Like, are they gonna deck themselves out of this raid? I think they're trying to deck themselves out to get up to one-shot numbers, but I don't think they can get there. That's like you missed your Lucario EX deck. Well, like, it'd still be in rotation. Oh, you mean like old school Lucario EX? I don't think there is Lucario EX yet, is there? There's Lucario V-Star. While we played Blissey mostly with Staraptor, V-Star, Shaman V-Star, and Fortress EX, you would get noob blocked by good old Mimikyu though. Ah, yeah, this is a pretty good card. Just chuck in a Canceling Clone, call it a day. Canceling Clone in Lost City. Like, you only have one Mimikyu, I only have to deal with it once. Probably should have put him out. I feel like we could be messing with them right now. But yeah, get some energy, start charging this guy up. So when one of these is inevitably knocked out, I still have him ready. Butter dude, you missed Glamora EX. Some of the support rotated a while ago. But next set. So next set we get Terrapagos EX, right? Hear me out. Terrapagos EX and that new stadium where it's like you can have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench as long as you have a Terra Pokemon to play, and then you just go Glamora says no. And you hit it for weakness? You might be time to rethink Glamora. Could be worth revisiting. While Lucario EX exists in Gen 9, but sadly it's EX Battle Deck exclusive. The only... Oh, right. They put it in like Ampharos, right? Yeah, the only EX Battle Deck you thought was good is Ampharos.
Really?
What was in the Ampharos one? Did it have the Flaffy that at least like charged up electric energy to the bench? Dynamotor? You missed Lucario Melmetal GX? That was such a fun deck. So beefy. It's like, that's what steel decks are. Those are big beefy boys. Get these back in hand. Pop him. Now, I think we just get it here. Us knocking these out isn't making him getting to one-shot numbers, is it? We just put 2 more in the bin. How much did he hit us for last turn? He did 270, so now he'd be doing 290. He needs to get 2 more in the discard pile, which theoretically, if he's holding like an Earthen Vessel, could sack a card from hand, and as long as it says Ancient, that's 2 more, right? Because the Vessel goes in the discard too. Instead, opting to go for a tool attachment. Super rotting stuff back in. Are you super rotting things back in that say Ancient? Yep. Okay, so risk of being one-shot is gone. They're instead setting up a secondary attacker, which is irrelevant because they're not going to get a one-shot into us. We tank a hit, we one-shot them. They come up, they one-shot us. Go down to 1 prize remaining, but we're going to be on 1 prize at that point, and we just win. So, yeah. It's good. Butter dude, if the Terra Stadium is good, you'll be reworking it. I think the Terra Stadium will be good. I think it'll be good. Because, like, other decks are going to want to run it as well, right? Like, decks that struggle with bench space, they're going to eat that up. Charizard EX, it has an awkward time with bench space, right? Because you're trying to get, like, your Pidgeots, you're trying to get your Rotoms. Occasionally you throw Luminions down and it's like, oh, I want a backup Charizard. Oh, I want a Radiant Zard. It's like, okay, cool. Throw this stadium down. Now you have 8 bench space to play with. And when that stadium gets removed, you can remove damaged Pokemon from play. Or you can just do it yourself, right? Like, play it, expand your bench, lost vacuum away your own stadium to get rid of your Rotom or your Luminion or a damaged Zard or something. So I think 100% there would be multiple use cases for that stadium. Regigigas even, right? You could run Regigigas with Terra Pokemon and then charge them up with it. As long as all 6 Regis are in play, Regigigas can use its ability. If you have 8 spaces on your bench, that's 3 extra Pokemon you can have out that it's like, all right, my Regigigas charged up a Radiant Greninja, or charged up a Ogerpon, or charged up whatever else you want to be playing. All right, but attach, and then, yeah, it's essentially just good game. Right, we take a knockout. They bring this active, they take a knockout. Game. Prize map is not there for them. Voila, didn't come with Dyna. Sadly, it's tough to use Ampharos EX without Dynamotor. Maybe you could do a doable with the Joltik line coming out. Yeah, the Joltik's pretty interesting, right? Because it's 1 colorless energy, search your deck for 2 lightning, 2 grass, attach them to your Pokemon any way that you like. So accelerating out 4 energy. That's nice, especially on a basic Pokemon and from deck, so it's not like you have to get it in hand to be able to use it. Definitely a nice boost. All right, yeah, check this active, Bop. I like Kingdra, this is fun. Delicate, it's Magcargo time. What? Was Magcargo in this set? The Magcargo EX, yeah? Kind of forgot about that card. Resident Hampton. Resident Hampton. Do you know Resident Clinton? Are you 2 buds? You really want to build Kingdra, but like a fusion between POW and Whirltide Kingdra, the snipe one. Ooh, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. Also, yeah, I mean to keep switching. I've been stuck on the Bax build. I have the Bax build and we have a Swim Freely build. So we'll play one more. You know him? He's you? Why'd you change to Hampton? Did you see Hamilton and you're just like, just on that train now? Also, I love how, yeah, I've checked Nest Ball in as a one-off and we're seeing it every game in the opening hand. This is beautiful. With this hand though, what do I want to do? So like Earthen Vessel this, theoretically, to get into more energy. I think it's just a risky thing, right? Because if I can get into a rare candy, this is pretty big to have for the following turn. But if I can't, this is pretty big to be able to go swim freely, buy myself a turn. I think we do go a little aggressive here. Is it the right play? Prob's not. Is it a play? It is a play. If we do that, I could Ultra Ball these away to get into a Baxcalibur. I think we do that next turn, then we Superior it away. Hindsight, I should have done that first, right? I could have Ultra Balled this away and an energy, gotten to Baxcalibur, Earthen Vesseled away the Baxcalibur, gotten into energy. Boost my odds of drawing into cards that I want to be seeing, and also ensures that both those Pokemon are in the discard, so if I can get into a Kingdra ever, we can get Baxcalibur and another Kingdra on the bench. Into Raging Bolt, though, they set up pretty quick. Or it's not Raging Bolt, into Regidrago. They're setting up pretty quick. I'm seeing a lot of Ogre Pawns and just like defaulted to, oh, it's Big Bonk. It's not Big Bonk, it is Strategic Bonk. Steuben, how you doing, buddy? Ligma jokes? Guys, come. Nah, they're pretty good. I'm not gonna read them out loud though. I'm not getting clipped saying that shenanigans. Nah, it's a running joke on another channel to have a pig-based name. Ooh, all right. Okay. So I'd be like triple BLT. Okay, so they got the Regidrago. Yeah, I think we just get bonked here, right? Do they have Dragapult in the discard? They do. So they hit the active 200. They put 6 damage counters. GG. I can't even be mad at that. That was beautiful. It sucks being on the receiving end of that, but like, that's sick. Okay, we're switching to the Swim Freely build now. Want to give it a go. So this one, obviously, pretty straightforward. You're trying to get Baxcaliburs out. You get Baxcalibur into the discard pile. Kingdra gets them onto your bench. Go from there. The Swim Freely build, obviously operating a little bit differently. We have Relicanth. It's going to let you use the your previous evolution's attack. Swim Freely being an attack makes it so that Kingdra has access to it. By having Swim Freely, it means Finneon can accelerate as many water energy from your hand to it during your turn as you'd like. Let's see if it works. As a concept, it is definitely there. If it's going to work fluidly, we'll see. Obviously, the card count's getting a little bit funny with this one. Hang on, did I have an A-Spec in that other build? Yeah, no, I had the cape. Good. Yeah, with this one, we do have Hero's Cape. Makes him pretty bulky. We had it in the other one too. We just weren't finding it ever. In this, we are more so wanting to go second because we do have the Arven play. So the idea is just get your Horsies out, get them into Seadras, don't bench Finneon or Relicanth until you're ready to actually be using them. I like the concept. Realistically, I'm not super hopeful that it's going to work reliably, but it's going to be fun. Gizaku, insane play. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. That was pretty dirty. Like, they had everything. I was like, yep. Can't get upset at that. Not like when Mew was in rotation and it was just like, oh, they just draw every single card in their deck. Like, of course they're going to do the thing. That actually took some solid sequencing. Opponent's going first. Nice. We want that. Opening the Finneon. We don't really want that. I do have Buddy Buddy though, so we can Buddy Buddy, get double Horsey. Double Horsey, or We could go Horsey Bidoof, Ultra Ball, get another Horsey. Let's see. Still think it's going to be fast enough. You wonder how viable Kyurem plus Klinklang is. I mean, it doesn't even get Kyurem there on its own, but it seems like the best way to power it up. What's the Klinklang do? Like the new Klinklang? Isn't it? It just like comes into play from your hand if they have stage 2s? Lil Will, welcome to the Goomba gang. A Klinklang that accelerates 3 energy. Like maybe. I don't like Kyurem. You never really want to be paying for the attack, right? You want to be cheating out the attack. If you're having to get 5 energy onto it to declare it, you're having a bad time.
Gaming ball of foreshadowing.
Shit. I should have put a Manaphy down. So there's a Kyurem in their discard pile. There's the E-switches. If they have a regular switch, E-switch to this, switch into it. 110, 110, 110. Yep, that'll do it. Likely brings a Bidoof into the active, right? And spears these 3 things off the bench. And we just go next game. No. Well, Reggie Drago's looking pretty solid in this set. They swim freely, Kingdra. As much as I like the idea of it, I don't think it's fast enough. The other one, it also wasn't like super fast, but by turn 2, we were at least able to get going. Swim freely, it's like we need to go second. Arvin, Buddy, Evo, get Seadras on the bench. Our opponent then gets a turn, so they're getting a knockout by that point. And then we need to get Kingdra, Relicanth, Finneon. Like it's a lot of steps. Bit of cheeky shenanigans. But yeah, I think of the 2 builds, definitely the less reliable one. We gave it one more game though, just to see. Also trying to think, like with the other build where we are using Kingdra to get guys out of the discard pile, there's obviously ways we can try and boost. Oh, I clicked first, I should have said second. I get so in the habit of like, oh, I'm evolving. Oh, we start. No. This actually would have been a sick go second hand. Open this, Arvin, Buddy, Evo TM, attach for turn, get them out, get going. Oh, mistakes have been made. Okay. Keen to see United Wings. Okay, I think we just sack these. Or I could, hang on. Could sack these. If we had gone second, we'd be in a much better position right now. They've got the DTE. Can they get, what, 4 guys in the discard pile? Because DTE, they're doing 20 less. I think it's a multiplier, right? It's not a base damage. Yeah, multiplier. So they need to get up to 80. 80 reduces down to 60. If they only have 3, they're reducing it down to 40. They're not getting a knockout on the Finneon. There'll be heaps of discard cards, though. With them going second, too, they have access to like research and just ways to discard their entire hand. I don't think they're going to have any issue knocking out our Finneon. Why did they just Serena away 2 researches? What do you have in your hand that's worth reducing the amount of cards you draw and losing 2 Okay. That play confused me. But granted, like, I also made a stupid play to start this game, so fair. There's got to be some logic to it, right? There's got to be logic. They're at 40 right now, hitting for 20 because of the DTE. Okay, so Finneon does survive. Buddy. Yeah, we'll get the play now. We're a turn behind where we should have been, but we'll get there. Get another one of these. Get a doof. We've got Seadra. We've got the Kingdra. It's Bibarel prized. Oh, doof. I'm sorry, bud. We are not getting you then. Might just be double Horsey. Double Horsey, get 2 Seadras out. Get into the Kingdra off this just to guarantee that I have one. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Because if I go into the Kingdra, it means I need to find the Relicanth to get there anyways. By not evolving this Seadra, we have the option that Finneon gets knocked out, we research, we find another Finneon and a Kingdra. We can accelerate energy out to the Seadra before evolving it up, so it's one less step involved. Alright, so they've got the Dartrix. Love to see it. So Dartrix having also United Wings. And it'll be interesting to see if they run it with the Decidueye. I know people had talked about that. It's like there's the fighting type Decidueye. You can run that. Sneak in a Relicanth just to give you like fighting type coverage in this deck. Interesting take. Yeah, maybe we try United Wings after this too. I'm liking the look of this. Like, they haven't popped off too much in terms of getting these in the discard pile, but the deck definitely has potential. Let's check this one in the active just for OCD. Getting a water energy, check that on there. Research, get into a fresh hand. Losing the boss, not ideal, but you know what, we'll take it. How many water energy in the bin? 2? Nest Ball, get Finneon. It's got to be Ultra Ball, get into Kingdra. Take the knockout. I feel like Iono and Superior. We don't need to do crazy numbers here. And we're doing 150 just by having this charged up. Finding the Doofs, not finding the Bibarels. We've got it in here as a 2-2 line. As if we pressed 1-2 line of Bibarel. We will chuck the Doof down though, just because I'm pretty confident we're going to be taking another prize. I don't think they're going to knock out the Kingdra right away. We are lightning weak, so they could hit us with the Waltrel, but that means they need to find a DTE and they need to be able to switch into it, which if they're paying the hard retreat off the Dartrix, it's a little bit costly with the amount of energy they have in there. And to get up to numbers to knock us out, they have to do, what, 160? Which is 8 cards in the discard pile with United Wings. They currently have 6, so they're not far off. Could sack this just to get another Kingdra out. But I don't really want to Iono them here. And it just ensures that we have a backup attacker. At the same time, though, I can't even just be attacking them with Seadras. Yeah, let's hold off on that. Put these back in, put the Finneon back in just to play it safe in case they do just try and take out our engine. Go for the Iono play. A little bit risky giving them more of a hand, but I think we'll be all right. If I use this, what am I getting? Another Horsey? I think I'm only running 3 in this build. We'll save the bench space for now. Just go for the Hydro Pump, take out the Dartrix. Literally any energy Waltrip comes into the active, they can knock us out. But then the same thing is said for us. Any energy in our Seadra can knock out their Waltrip. And we're attacking with a single Prizer to kind of even up the prize trade here. Finally finding that Bibrolo, which is nice. So they knock this out. We'll go Super Rod. We'll put in the Kingdra Horsey and an energy. Buddy it back out. Could technically bench the Manaphy. Right, this evolves. We'll have a space. Replace it. So yeah, we could do that just to have an empty hand and get full Bibarel. Don't really want the Manaphy in play though. 5. Yeah, so they've got 8. They're doing 320 now. We go down. Getting the counter catcher. Interesting. Okay. So I do have to fight it as a single prize matchup now. I'm not running a counter stadium. That's cheeky. I like it. Let's put that in play. I might put a second Finneon down. But yeah, we definitely get the Horsey Seadra back in and an energy. I'm going to save the bench space, because if I can get into a Relicanth, that gives us access to Hydrojet, and this can snipe things off the bench. So we can get around that stadium. I'm not going to show them that I have it yet. Oh, unless I... Let's just Hydrojet it. Okay, so we do Hydrojet. We get to do 60 anywhere. We'll take out the one in the active that already has energy. If they get DTE on this, it can start attacking. Obviously, hitting for weakness is not going to have an issue dealing with any of our guys in play right now. Going for the Flamigo, though. That makes me feel like they don't have the DTE and they're trying to play it safe, keeping that Wattrel to be able to knock out the Kingdra with ease. Getting another Wattrel. Okay. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, so 9 in the discard. Oh, but yeah, I'm just gonna snipe those. You read my attack, right? Just gonna get rid of these buddies. We'll get the other Seadra out of the deck. We have Nest Ball to get into the Relicanth if I need it. I just attach return onto this, just so it's ready to go in a pinch. Yeah, I'm kind of taking it that they're struggling to find DTEs and outs for energy. They're down 5 already. 1 DTE, 3 Dark Luminous. I'm guessing they're not running 4 counts of DTE. Delicate Magcargo is doomed. You don't know how to get enough energy onto this funny slot. What numbers does it hit? Because it's like you discard the top card of your deck and your opponent's deck, right? And then is it 120 for each card you discard, or what's it hit? Like, is it even hitting numbers where it's potentially one-shotting stuff? And what's the attack cost? 140 plus 140 for each energy. Okay, so you can theoretically like one-shot V-stars. So it's not amazing. Super Rod, I'm guessing they put some energy back in. Yeah, they are just trying to get that thing charged up, which is totally fair. How do I get this out of the active? Can't remember. Did we put switch in there? I think I have a switch and a Turo. Trying to remember between the two builds since we did bounce around a bit. 3 energy. Oh, yeah, like fun concept. I don't think it's gonna get you there though. I don't think it does enough. Chuck an energy on there, considering going Nest Ball, but at the same time, we can hopefully just find the Relicanth, right? I don't want it in play too early. We found the switch, beautiful. Do that, Hydro Jet, take that one out off the bench. Or Watchels. And it's literally, do they have DTE? Does this only apply to the active print? All damage done to the Pokemon that don't have a rule box by attacks. Ah, okay. So even bench ones would be safe from Kingdra. That does change things. Miso Marnie, welcome to the Goomba game. And yeah, question of the day, everyone. What's your favorite new card from Shrouded Fable? Marnie, what's your favorite card? You a fan of Xyrosic? I take it you're probably a big fan of Marnie. Xyrosic's kind of like a disruptive, annoying card. Case closed. You opened 37 packs of Shrouded Fables tonight. Hopefully United to the Wings only plays 3 Dart Tricks. That hurts. That hurts. It's such a small set too, so it's funny seeing like the pull rates people are getting. Because I got 25 packs from PTCGL. Like I did the battle pass and like had a bunch of gems. So I was like, yeah, okay, do the like boost it by 15 levels thing. I literally just attach, boo. Yeah, we just sniped that. Save my time, save their time. But yeah, I opened 25 packs of Shrouded Fable and managed to get 7 copies of Dusk Noir. Like, I think it was 4 or 5 regular and 2 reverses. But I only got 1 Duskull and I think 1 Dusclops? 1 or 2 Dusclops? I was like, how? That's the rare one. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the matches and would love to hear which variant you liked. Did you prefer the Swim Freely build, or are you more so going for the Baxcalibur variant of this deck? Also, if you're interested in any Shrouded Fable decks, let me know in the comments down below which one you'd like me to cover next. But till next time, stay golden, you Goomba.